everybody, it's John here from VidGamiac.com. Here we are today in another episode of VidGamiac vs. Import, doing more Steins Hiyoku Renri. We are doing the Operations C achievements. In other words, we are doing Kirisu's text message playthrough and grabbing all of her texts. What you want to do is you want to start a new game and then start fast forwarding, and you want to fast forward all the way until you get outside and meet Suzuha. So the first part has no real text messages you really need to read, as well as the intro. You don't need to watch that. You can just hit A to skip it, and just keep fast forwarding until you go outside. Alright, after chatting with Daru, we are going to head outside, and as soon as you do, you want to open up your phone to clear your notifications, and then hit start, and then you want to make a save in slot number 1, so make sure you do that, and then overwrite that save. We are using slot number 1 once again to make all of our deletable saves. What you want to do is you want to ignore the first message, which should be from Mayuri, and the second text message you get should be from Kirisu. Her name looks like this in Japanese, so the first text message you want to answer is going to be the first response. So always answer messages from that person. So remember what that name looks like. You are going to get to the skyscraper in Akihabara, so Mayuri is going to text you, so ignore that, and then you want to fast forward past the shrine and then past the first indoors segment until you go out with Mayuri. As soon as you see her outside, which one you want to answer your phone, you should get a text from Kirisu. This one is going to be the first response, so make sure you send that off, and then continue fast forwarding until you get another text from her about like 2 seconds later, and this one has no responses, meaning that's the end of the conversation tree. Whenever that happens, you want to hit start, make sure you quick save, and then load from save file number 1, and then we're going to start a brand new conversation tree. So once again, you are going to be outside with Suzuha, skip the first text from Mayuri, and then continue to fast forward until you get the second text right here. This time you want to pick the first option again, and then continue to fast forward. Fast forward after the part with the skyscraper in Akihabara, and then fast forward past the indoors part until you're outside with Mayuri. Once again, you want to open up your phone and then reply to this text message once again, and this time you want to pick the second response. So after that, keep fast forwarding. You get a text right here with one response. Make sure you respond to that, and then you want to keep fast forwarding, and then a second later you get this text message, which ends the conversation tree. And then you want to quick save and load from save number 1. So there's going to be a lot of this from now on, just because there's so many more conversation trees. But anyway, same thing. Skip the first text message from Mayuri, and then wait till you get the second message right here. And this time, you want to make sure you pick the second choice. So this one, and then send that one off. And then you want to fast forward to the same part when you're outside with Mayuri, and all that good stuff. This time you want to make sure you open up the text and then pick the first option, so make sure you send that off, and then continue fast forwarding, and you get a text right here. This one is going to be the end of the conversation tree. So once again, make sure you hit start, quick save, and then load from save number 1. And it's going to be pretty redundant, but there's going to be a lot of this because there's a lot of conversation choices in this first part. Alright, this time when you get the text from Kirisu, you want to pick the second choice again. So then you have to go through another fast forward deal, and that's going to take a while once more. Okie dokie. Once you're outside with Mayuri, make sure you pick up your phone. This time, you want to make sure you send the second option. And then we are going to fast forward and get a text right here. Open up this one and only option. Make sure you send that off. And finally, one more fast forward, and you get this text, which ends the conversation tree. Quick save and load from slot 1. We've done this a million times before, so, you know, get used to it. And of course, this time, once you answer the text, you have to pick the third response. There's only one conversation tree for the third response, so this is the last time we have to do this. Outside with Mayuri again, make sure you open up the text message, only one response in this one, and then get to fast forwarding. You get a text right here with one response. After a pretty long wait, you are going to get a text finally when you're outside the maid cafe. Once again, only one response in this one, but that one is quite the wait. I think that one's about a minute away from the last one. Then you get a text inside the cafe with another response, and then just fast forward through this. After a little while still in the cafe, though, you should get this text message, which you can skip, and after a little while more, you should get this text message, which is the one we're looking for, which is the end of this conversation tree. This is where I popped my achievement, so I got mine way earlier. If you don't get it here, just follow the rest of the guide. So just close your phone out, and then what you want to do is you want to make sure you quick save, as always, and this time you want to load, and we're going to load from save number 2, and as soon as you load up, you just want to fast forward until you get your first text message from Kirisu. The text is going to take a while, but it appears right here when you are looking at this Hobby Lobby, and there's only one response in here, and just fast forward until you get to the next text, which is super duper missable. You want to fast forward through the whole place with the indoors, and make sure you look out for the tree, and once the tree pops up, you want to make sure you're not fast forwarding, because you might accidentally skip over it, which is super annoying, but yeah. So once the tree pops up, you want to bring up your phone and then answer the text from Kirisu, and then answer the text with the one on the bottom. After that, what you want to do is keep fast forwarding until you're at the shrine. As soon as you leave and head back to the garage, you should get a text with an attachment. Make sure you open it up. It should be the frog from Chaos Head. Make sure you quick save, and then this time we are going to load up another save. We are going to load up save number 8. So load that up, and that should put you in the middle of the Ruka playthrough. So once again, fast forward until you get your first text. And for these next two, you just have to read the text. There's no conversation choices. So that's pretty cool. Alright, the text is going to pop up once you and Ruka are out on the street right here. Make sure you just read it. There are no conversation choices, so all you have to do is just open it. As soon as you do that, make sure you get control of your character again. Hit start, quick save, and this time we are going to load again. This time you want to load from save number 13, which is the middle of the Suzuha playthrough, I believe. Once again, there's no conversation choices. You just have to fast forward until you get your first text from Kirisu, open it, read it, and then you should be done with this playthrough and get the achievement if you haven't gotten it already. So just do that. The text should pop up here when you're at the cosplay convention with Mayuri and Suzuha. Just read it and then make sure you hit start and then return a title, and make sure you are system saving by picking the left options. And once you return to the title screen, you should be good. That's it for this part. Don't forget to check back soon for more.